Hello and welcome to a little video about Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2, and more specifically the Garden Warfare 2 beta, which is starting tomorrow, January 14th, on both Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I'm Dom from the 6th Axis, and today I'm joined by our very own Tef, who's gone hands-on with the beta a bit early.
Hello.
There he is. Is it just more of the same then?
Yeah, kind of. Like, we've all seen what Garden Warfare was like. It's sort of this mixture of, well, the Plants vs Zombies universe smashed into Battlefield, and it works surprisingly well. And I think a lot of people really enjoyed the first game when it was on Xbox One first, and then eventually came onto PlayStation 4. But overall, Garden Warfare 2, it's hitting both platforms at the same time, and it's kind of more of the same, but it does that with a twist. It sort of turns the tables on the first Garden Warfare because the story's a bit different. So in the first one, it was this grand war between the two sides, but for the second one, it turns out that the zombies won the war, and now they rule over the world. But that doesn't mean that the plants are just going to, lie down and take it. They're not going to be manure. No, they're going to go on the offensive, and they're going to attack the zombies. So it immediately is just... So in the first game it was all about the zombies attacking the plants, and now in this game it's got new game modes and new ideas, and it's the plants that go on the offensive.
Okay.
So yeah, the gameplay is a lot of the same, but PopCap have added a few new ideas and modes, and you get to play as the zombies just as much and do the same kinds of things that the plants were doing, and in the opposite direction as well.
Okay, cool. So we've heard about the Herbal Assault and the Backyard Battleground. What are those two?
So these are the two big talking points in terms of the new game modes. Herbal Assault is basically just gardens and graveyards, but in reverse, where the zombies are now defending and the plants are attacking.
Sure.
And I'm not 100% sure how they're going to present this in the game, but it kind of feels, because they are basically the same thing, it does feel like they're going to be one mode, and then it's just depending on the map and whatever other factors, it's going to mix it up so that you play as both, and you're both attacking and you're defending. And yeah, that's going to be exactly the same as before. So you've got one side is defending, you've got a control point, the other side's got to come in and hold that control point. And then once you do that, you move on to the next area, until you get to this final section, which is always going to be a bit mental. I think one of the maps that we played, which was on a moon base Z or something like that, so the zombies, yeah. And you got to the end, it was sort of like this crazy game of football where you're like pushing giant ball bearings into slots and you're trying to power up your side of a generator. Complete nonsense.
It sounds amazing.
Well, it's just the Plants vs Zombies humour, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the other big new feature is Backyard Battlegrounds, and this is much more interesting than just flipping things around. It's kind of like the main menu has been turned into this hub area, which you can go around and explore. Right. So you've got the zombies on one side, and you've got the plants on the other side, and then in the middle you have no man's land, and so you can spawn into this area whenever you load up the game. You pick a character and you just like wander around. You've got a notice board which has got a few quests on it. You've got a few NPCs in your base as quest givers, so the plants have obviously got Crazy Dave.
Cool. Yeah.
There's obviously Zomboss on the other side who's just going to be screeching at you. But then you've also got like the new hero characters, and they can sort of give you a few quests and send you off on missions, that kind of thing. But in the middle of this, you've got the no man's land, and there's a kind of a flagpole which you can go and capture. It's like King of the Hill, that kind of game mode. And what's cool here is you just wander out there, you trigger this, and then you've got wave after wave of enemy coming at you, and you can call in like friendly AI hero characters who will flesh out your side. So you've got 4 heroes against 4 bad guys, and that's going to happen in the co-op game mode as well. If you don't have any friends to play with at that particular time, oh, I know, that's so sad, wasn't it? If you don't have any friends,
if you don't have people, will give you some.
Yeah. What's interesting is that you don't have to play with the AI characters here, because people can come and hop into your backyard and join your battleground and help you out there. Or, because switching sides is as easy as just clicking I want to respawn and picking a different character, they can come in on the other side.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So there was one moment in the little preview event where the guy sat next to me, he was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to join your game," and he didn't explicitly say that he was going to join my game, but he did, and he joined in on the other side, and then I killed him, and he was ranting and raging because I killed him, but I hadn't quite realised that he'd done this. I hadn't noticed. Right. So he was trying to get one over on me, and I was just like, "Oh, I didn't really realise that I was killing you."
Well, that's his own fault.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's basically like this big interactive menu system, and you can sort of like go and play, and there's stuff to explore, and like secrets to find. There's like a time attack shooting range which you can get to underground, or more accurately, you will be able to get to underground because in the beta they've locked stuff off and things like that.
Okay, cool. Are there any new characters in there?
Oh yeah, there's 6 new characters, 3 on each side. And also like tons of new variants for the existing ones. So I think there's like a goth or vampire sunflower.
Right, okay.
So she's not quite as chirpy and cheerful as she was in the original game.
Nice.
The entire time. Yeah, on the plant side you've got 3. You've got Rose, who is sort of like a spellcaster and can turn people into goats. And actually, my favourite memory from the preview event was that I was playing on the zombies side, and there was something where I needed to capture a point or do something, and I was running towards it, and I got turned into a goat. And then I kept going as a goat, and I won, and then everybody got the victory screen, and it was me as a freaking goat.
That's amazing.
It was absolutely amazing. You've also got Citron, who sort of like rolls up onto a ball, and it's sort of like, you know, the from Metroid Prime on the GameCube and Wii.
Right, yeah.
Where Samus turns into a ball, it's that kind of thing. There's sort of like 2 different modes and stuff like that. And you've got Colonel Corn, who's got 2 twin sweet corn machine guns.
Right.
So he's sort of kind of the quarterback equivalent, and I find that quite interesting that because of Herbal Assault and Gardens and Graveyards being the reverse, they've got to sort of like balance out the character classes.
Yeah, sure.
On the zombie side of things, you've also got Captain Deadbeard, who's got like a remote control parrot, so it's a bit like the cactus, where you could call upon the onion to chuff into the sky. Was it onion or was it garlic? Wasn't it?
Garlic, yeah.
Something like that,
I think. Some kind of vegetable.
Yeah. The zombies have also got Super Brains, who is just a zombie superhero and he runs up to stuff and punches things, which is, you know, of course, fantastic. I think the most fun one, though, is the Imp, where with all of these characters, like when you spawn in, you have your main special ability to use, but with the Imp, you've got to wait for that to appear because the Imp gets to call in a mech suit.
Oh, like Titanfall.
Yeah, exactly like Titanfall, which is another well-known EA property. So it's all like PopCap are just like ripping ideas off from within EA left, right, and centre, which I find quite amusing. But you get to call in this big mech suit, and so you spawn in and you're sort of like shooting a few things. You're just waiting for it to recharge, and you call it this mech suit, which can actually be a bit of a game changer.
Right,
and that's a cool one.
Awesome. Okay, so what have they put in the beta then?
Yeah, so basically it's pretty much everything that we've talked about here. You've got the backyard battlegrounds, which is, as I said, a bit of a cut down version, so you can get a feel for it, but not get to like some of the super secret stuff, and you won't see the quests which Crazy Dave's handing out and stuff like that.
Right. Okay.
In terms of the actual game modes, you've got Herbal Assault and Garden and Graveyards, and I think these are restricted to one particular map, so it's going to switch back and forth between those 2. There's also 2 other maps, so there's 4 maps in total, and the other 2 we will switch between, like Team Vanquish confirmed, and there's a Team Deathmatch for, you know, Gnome Bomb, which is like one flag, capture the flag, but you have to deliver it to particular places, and Suburbanation, which off the top of my head I can't actually remember what that is. But it's a different game mode. So there's basically a good mix of game modes.
Yeah.
You've also got all of the different characters, new ones and old ones. Maybe not as many variants, but you've got all of them to try them out. And yeah, you've got basically kind of like the competitive multiplayer side of the game, but you don't have the co-op.
Okay.
So yeah, there's an awful lot of stuff for you to sink your teeth into.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that just about wraps things up as we said at the start, the beta kicks off tomorrow on the 14th of January, and it's running until the 18th on PS4 and Xbox One. Head over to the 6thAxis.com for our written preview of this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.